been exploding on pretty much every major platform. TikTok, because I'm also promoting some stuff on TikTok. I've seen him on my profile page the whole time, to the point that it has become obnoxious. So I did some digging, and I found out that the reason why he's exploding on TikTok is because of his course, the Hustlers University, and it's a paid course that teaches you, how to be a G. That's what he likes to call himself, a G, meaning that how to be a winner at life. And the simple but brilliant idea, I have to give him that, is that the Hustlers University basically, if you buy the course and you sell it to someone else, so let's imagine I buy the course and I sell it to someone, a relative, a friend, whatever, I get a piece of the pie. So you can see that it's become Andrew at the top. I'll be here. I'll be selling my course here to some other dude, and you can see it creates a beautiful pyramid shape. So obviously it's a pyramid scheme. Let me sip from my wine, just a second. Tastes schemy. So that's how he makes money from his Hustlers University. And in the course itself, he basically says the way to promote yourself, the way to become relevant or viral, is if you share clips of him. So clips of his podcasts on TikTok, on YouTube. So people have been doing that, and that's why he has become so viral everywhere. And you can say it's simple, but it's actually brilliant. It is. And the problem that I have, even though it's a pyramid scheme, it's not the first one and it's not going to be the last one. The problem I have with Andrew Tate is the life he's trying to sell to normies like us. He's trying to make us believe what an actual alpha male is. And the problem is he has a fan base. I'm not surprised with that, but I have a problem with what he's trying to sell, what he's trying to portray. And so today I want to kind of see what happened to him. So we're going to look at a H3 podcast of Andrew Tate.
So let's get to the topic at hand. Now, we haven't talked about this together.
Yeah.
Is that Hasan hopped on a call with Cobra Tate, the human trafficker. I like to call him that. So people, it's like, I don't want to.
They want the word association.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate, the human trafficker. We like.
Girl.
Did you watch his music videos, by the way?
I watched some of it. They're so bad.
To be fair, calling him a human trafficker, I mean, there's no real evidence. He has been accused of being a human trafficker, but as I believe, the charges were suspended, so we don't actually know.
Bad that like it gave me psychic damage. I think like my audience was like, "Please stop! Like you are ruining us."
Yeah, no, it's incredible. I think it's maybe the worst music I've ever heard, which is saying a lot.
Your girl.
But you jumped on a stream with him and you absolutely eviscerated him. So satisfying to watch.
Yeah.
And I've been saying for a while that I'm kind of anti anyone platforming Tate, but I think you did obviously a
the way I see
incredible job of,
because this is something I've talked about. Like we've had these sorts of considerations in the past as well. The thing I'll say is like there's a difference between platforming someone and addressing their comments and debating them and offering pushback towards their messaging, especially after they've been thoroughly platformed. Andrew Tate is all over the place. There's a little bit of astroturfing going on, most likely, with respect to like how much he's popped off. There's also a multi-level marketing scheme that he has called Hustlers University that creates a financial incentive for a lot of people to make his videos, to put his videos out there, to blast them all over the place. And he purposely says like misogynistic, controversial things in an effort to get people who are like on his side or who agree with that kind of reaction or perspective to like him.
But I think it's like a miss just to focus on the multi-level marketing. I mean, this man
there's more,
runs a fucking human trafficking operation in his building. Like, he was just fucking raided by the police because they got tipped off that he was holding women against their will by the U.S. Embassy. I mean, what the fuck, dude? What am I missing?
There are a lot of shady parts, shady components to Andrew Tate's business strategies. I think that part of the shadiness comes from the original, like, he had like 75 girls in a webcam business where he literally openly states to like groom them. You know what I mean? He was like, these are girls that never worked in this industry.
100%.
A lot of swerves get mad at me and they say like, oh, you are a promoter of sex work. You believe that sex work rights
are trafficking them.
Yeah, there is an unethical component to sex work, and this is
Pull up the quote. This used to be on his course's website. He openly says, my job is to meet women, get them to fall in love with me, and then to the point where they're willing to do anything for me.
Yeah.
Get them to do a webcam. They pay me all their money. And most of these women have never done webcam or ever wanted to do webcam.
Yeah.
Well, and that's just his version of events. Like I said, he got raided by the U.S. Embassy.
Yeah, that one was not for the webcamming though. That one was a girl that was staying at his compound, I believe, and then he blames it on a angry boyfriend because his girlfriend wanted to like come to his house and like hang out with them.
Let's look at this raiding that happened. I'm curious about it. Let's read it. In Prague, that's where I live. Andrew fucking Tate, huh? My, you've been a bad boy, huh? Was 11th April 2022. That's really fucking recent.
Used to like modify Hollywood movies. It cost $75,000 each. You know, remember when I did that?
Yep. Oh.
That's not working. Oh, the police took our computers. Duh. And all our phones and our iPads and our laptops. It's fine. Let's go to an emergency meeting. Let's talk about the emergency meeting. Let's talk about the fact that the police came to me, the top G, triggered on, and apologized. We're sorry. First words they said to me were sorry. People online are like, why didn't they rough you up? Why didn't they tackle you to the ground? Because you don't understand respect. The police know me. They didn't want to come here. They're like, bro, sorry, G. We know you're the top G, but we have to. Right now, in fucking Belarus somewhere, top-level Ukrainians and top-level Russians are sitting, talking, they're like politely, smiling, shaking hands. The peasants at the bottom are getting roughed up and blown up, right? But at the top, people are always friends, even if they're on enemy sides. You don't understand. The generals in war have always been friends. World War II, when the Russians generals sat down with the German generals to negotiate surrender, they all had dinner. So if you're like, oh, the police come in and rough me up, because you're a low-level peasant. When the police come into my house, they wipe their shoes and they apologize. They took my computers, unfortunately. Sorry, Top G, had to take your computers. It's fine. Doesn't matter. I'm innocent anyway, as we all fucking know. Man of God. Do an emergency meeting. Luke's first ever appearance on was chilling with T. They made love. And then Tristan stopped replying to her texts. Why? Because it's Tristan fucking Tate. So he stopped replying. Thought.
Okay, I kind of want to see what happened during the raid. I wonder if Romanian prisons have sparkling water. Yeah, that's kind of like a running meme where he says that if you don't drink sparkling water, you're not a man. So fucking stupid. Probably just tap water. That's how he speaks as well. Tap water. After that, I started drinking sparkling water like a real alpha male. An American woman was reportedly abducted from a building in volunteers by... I consent, not like Tate's women. From a building in volunteers by brothers Tristan and Andrew Tate. Another young woman was found at the villa of Bianca Draguzana's ex-boyfriend. A young woman with American citizenship was abducted on Monday evening by two men in a building in voluntary Ilfov County. The U.S. Embassy in Bucharest alerted authorities, and police conducted 2-hour searches at the home of Tristan and Andrew Tate. So it was not in Prague, it was in Bucharest. Okay. The two were interrogated for 5 hours at Dicot, after which they were released, but the investigation continues in their case. On April 11, 2022, Ilfov police officers conducted 2 house searches on 2 people suspected of committing the crime of illegal deprivation of liberty. Investigations revealed that a woman was held against her will in a building in the city of Voluntari, Ilfov police transmitted on Monday evening. On the spot in the building of some British citizens settled in Romania, the police found a 21-year-old girl. There was also another Romanian girl. The owners of the house were taken to the Dicot headquarters and released after 5 hours of hearings. Okay, so what happened then? Investigations in this case are being continued by Dicot sources in the investigation, told Libertatea newspaper. The police officers collaborated with those from the Diplomatic Security Bureau, and following obtaining additional information, the police bodies within the voluntary city police notified ex officio the commission of the crime of illegal deprivation of liberty. Yeah, human trafficking. The name of the 21-year-old is Aida Gabi, and she will be called to the police to tell the agents what happened. Also in the villa of the 2 Britons was found a 20-year-old Romanian woman who, before being taken to hearings at Dicot, was caught by the cameras with 2 brothers and her lawyer. The 2 brothers, Tristan and Andrew Tate, are British citizens who moved to Romania a few years ago and are also known for the relationships they had with various celebrities such as Bianca Draguzanu or Alexandra Stan. Yeah, it's not really saying what's the outcome of this. I guess they're still under investigation. The King of Poisonous Men. Yeah, that's actually a really good title. Women are lousy. Okay, so this is what he said. Women are lousy drivers, even though... So the thing with Tate is that he's going to say his opinion and he's going to state it as facts. And one of them was that women create much more car crashes. They don't know how to drive. And when you look at actual statistics, it's men that cause most of the accidents. Like... Like, it's so fucking stupid. He doesn't even do research before he says anything. So women are lousy drivers. I smell a bit of misogyny here. Arranged marriages should be reintroduced. Donald Trump is one of the greatest of all. If you don't talk about money, it's because you don't have it. Women bear a share of the responsibility for a rape. No, he didn't say that. Really? Grown men don't eat sushi? How can you take this guy serious when he says stupid stuff like this? How can he have people following him? Jesus, the world has gone fucking insane. How? How does this person exist? How has he been alive for so long? These are just some of the very many spectacular statements that Andrew Tate aggressively and loudly serves up to his millions of fans via TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitch. He actually doesn't do it. It's people just sharing his videos on all of these platforms. He actually doesn't do that. He has a fan base doing that for him because they get paid. Like I said before, the pyramid scheme. Almost always with sunglasses on and shirt off, in a private plane, on a yacht, in a studio, in a luxurious restaurant, and with a cigar for breakfast. Only scumbags eat food before the job is done. Today, more people Google Andrew Tate than Kim Kardashian. I guess I'm part of that. Or Joe Biden. The internet occasionally creates global phenomena, and in 2022 there is self-proclaimed alpha male who will lead you out of the matrix of global politics, make you rich, give you work ethic, and get you ladies for $50 a month. Tate is now very rich, and this part of the story is true. He has done it himself because he came from a poor background, but as we shall soon see, according to his own method, by all possible means available. So here, I guess they're going to talk about the very shady stuff that he's been doing. The internet occasionally creates global phenomena. Okay. It can be tempting to laugh at his caricatured greed is good message and pompous persona that balances delicately against becoming his own caricature. I think he's very well aware that what he's doing. I think that's part of his marketing strategy. But I think he also actually believes it. He actually believes what he says, and that's where, even if he didn't, you have to understand that when you have a cult following, you have some kind of power and some kind of responsibility. And he's just selling a fantasy lifestyle that most of us are not going to reach, because most of us are not going to be rich, for the sole purpose that if everyone was rich, then nobody would be rich. So there are only a few rich, and it's always going to be like that, because then the word rich does not exist. And people actually believe him that that's actually a lifestyle you should strive for, and that's actually what women want, and that's actually what an alpha male is about, and that's just not true. He's the fucking least alpha male out there, next to Fresh and Fit. But with 5 billion clicks on TikTok, not because he shared himself, but because his fans share and share, then we're forced to give him attention. Because there are many, including among our own young boys and men, who think Tate is the man above all men, who are dragged into a universe where violence is glamorized, who have an open sexist agenda, who flash money and wealth as the only happiness, and who hammer out the message that only you suffer enough, are angry enough, can withstand enough pressure. Use all funds available and is man enough, then you will get what the universe thinks you deserve. Man, I hope this dude gets the karma he deserves, because it's just one more. It's like these dudes pop out of nowhere. These self-proclaimed alpha males. Where the fuck do they come from? It's so weird, and it's very troublesome, because it makes it harder for young men to actually find good role models, to actually be successful in life, and to actually see reality. Even though, reality is different for everyone, there's still reality out there in the world that is actually, and that is not it. And I guess this is something I also want to say. If you're unhappy in life for whatever reason, money, wealth, attention is not going to give you happiness. It might give you temporal happiness, but it will soon fade away. Actual happiness for me is find a really good relationship with someone that complements you, and it works. Find a way to accept yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, and work on yourself every day. And that can be different for everyone else. I guess work on your insecurities. Try to find a goal. It doesn't have to be money, or it doesn't really matter. If you chase your passion, money will come. So it should be secondary. But do not see this dude, this fucking loser, as a role model. It's kind of insane that people actually believe that this is the role model. This is just so insane. What Andrew Tate is ravaging the internet with at the moment is a dangerous message of reactionary thinking in an era where this is already fashionable, also in real politics. Nothing that happens on the internet happens there alone, but is linked to and affects society outside. Tate's entry into our boys' iPhone several times a day cannot happen without us getting involved and understanding. Then we have to find out who this man really is and what his real agenda is. Beneath the surface of stilted statements and the algorithms he unconsciously sails on when they can create conflict and controversy. Unlike other controversial actors on social media, Tate is not overly political, that's true. Although a hardcore capitalist message is of course also there. Yeah. Unlike other controversial actors on social media, Tate is not overly political, although a hardcore capitalist. But Tate not only poses shirtless and with a cigar, he also poses diligently with Donald Trump's MAGA allies and with commentators and far-right personalities such as Infowars' Paul Joseph Watkins and Alex Jones. It may be time to put him and his message where it actually belongs, so people can choose for themselves whether they want this package and the politics it is. The rest of us have to fight back. Emery Andrew Tate Emery Andrew Tate, as a 36-year-old is called, grew up with his younger brother Tristan in the United States with a white mother and black father, where his father was a brilliant chess player who competed with the very best in the world. The chess world is still wondering where he went, but he left in search of income, as chess was not something this lone black player in the community could make a living from. The father taught Andrew and Tristan chess, and that life was like chess. I always think about the next move. When Andrew was 11, his parents divorced and his mother took the boys to Council Flat in Luton, UK. In his 20s, Andrew made a great career in MMA and kickboxing, where he became world champion. The next move for both brothers was to become participants in various reality series, which were always looking for cute, slightly controversial participants, and the Tate brothers were perfect casting. In 2016, Andrew became a celebrity after being kicked out of the Big Brother house in England when a video emerged of him whipping a woman and calling her a whore. Both later claimed the video was a joke. Yeah, sure. Tristan and Andrew decided to get rich and start a business that involves recruiting scantily clad girls to record tearful but fake stories for paying men. At one point, the brothers are said to have had 4 girlfriends each at work, at most 75 women in total. The brothers themselves have admitted that the business is a shambles, but that no one can stop them and that they also do not have a bad conscience for the customers. Where some have lost inheritances, homes, or gone into great debt to help the poor women, while they in reality has contributed to the Tate brothers' life of luxury. Andrew has spent the last few years living in Romania. In a video on YouTube, Tate has said that 40% of the reason he moved to Romania is partly because of the Me Too movement and because I'm not a rapist, but I like to live freely. What? In April, Romanian police raided Andrew's house following a tip from the US Embassy that an American woman was being held there against her will. He is now under investigation for human trafficking and rape, but is free while it is ongoing. In Romania, the brothers also ran casinos that had to close during the pandemic, so instead Andrew opened the so-called Hustlers University, online, where for $50 a month, $50 a month, oh my god, no shame at all, you can learn how to get rich in one fell swoop. Today, he has 110,000 students who earn money by, among other things, sharing clips of Tate on social media and recruiting new students. And with this have come accusations that the whole university is more or less a pyramid scheme. Well, it is. None of us live the lives we present on social media, not the human Andrew Tate either. The sad thing is therefore twofold. Both that he pretends to be everything and has everything at all times, and that some of our young men believe that and want the same. Several commentators now believe he's among the most dangerous influencers on boys and men. Yeah, I think so. That's the problem. He's doing a lot of damage and somehow can still sleep at night. The strange thing is that this message is repetitively harsh, cold, brutal, anti-human, and devoid of empathy, charity, warmth, and community. People want to be part of something bigger than themselves. Social media offers community, including that created around Tate's truths about life and luxury. The internet is both the floodlight and stage. Reactions, shares, and clicks are the economy you live on. And Andrew Tate makes a good financial living of going viral by being controversial. But this is not the kind of contrarian fun to be laughed at lightly. Have a chat with a teenager near you. Wow, that's a good story. That's actually a very good cover of everything that Tate has been doing. Yeah, that kind of rounds it off. That was a really good cover story. Let's continue to what happened to Andrew Tate.
But
no,
I don't think that's,
Yeah.
Girl.
But he openly has also talked about, having dealings with the Romanian police. He's openly talked about why he moved to Romania to, continue his illicit dealings.
No, he said
he has ties to the Romanian mafia, as he has mentioned.
I moved to Romania because their rape laws are more lax.
It's not even just that. He also says that, like, all world governments are corrupt, which is true. He's right about that.
Based.
But then when I say that, I'm like, we should end that corruption. He's like, no, all world governments are corrupt, so go to a country where you can, be a brokey and not a fucking billionaire and still be able to engage in the corruption yourself.
Right.
He wants to ball on a budget. He wants to be corrupt on a budget. That's why he moved to Romania.
He's pro corruption. He says, why am I an expert on all male-female interactions? I've been running a webcam studio for nearly a decade. I've had over 75 girls work for me, and my business model is different than 99% of webcam studio owners. Yeah, they do it by consent. I force them into it. Over 50%.
I groomed them.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Over 50% of my employees were actually my girlfriends at the time, and of all my girlfriends, none were in the adult entertainment industry before they met me.
It's great. Wonderful.
Literally, that was my job. My job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, test if she's quality, get her to fall in love with me, to where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on a webcam so we could become rich together.
Pretty sure that's illegal, like what he's describing.
Dude, it's literally the plot of Taken.
Yeah.
Where's Liam Neeson when you need his ass, bro?
Every time we've looked at this archive of his website, I never noticed he's teaching them chess. That's kind of nice.
But they're
That's
naked.
perfect chess attire.
What is that?
So here, this is called the Sicilian Open, girls.
Yeah, the world would be a much different place if his dad was like a little bit more in his life. I think for him at least.
Oh right, his dad was a chess master.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Okay, so
Which is
if he never,
there's the tie-in.
if he never moved to fucking Luton,
yeah,
that's right, folks. Don't move to England. Stay in Indiana.
Is he wearing a Coney shirt? Like Coney?
Yeah, Joseph Kony, 2012.
He's all about. Is that weird? I mean, I'm having a disconnect there.
Yeah, he's anti.
Let's go Coney, baby.
It's kind of. It's maybe he was like pro Coney.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, what?
Well, it doesn't say anything else. It just says Coney, so maybe.
Yeah. Coney was balling on a budget. He's Oslo's university guy, right? But America uses child military, right? Why can't Coney do it in Nigeria?
But those kids don't have shit.
Yeah. They don't have a chance. And they're learning valuable skills to become warriors, right?
He's top G. He drinks bubble water.
Yeah.
I mean, if these kids are not going to be men unless they drink the blood of their enemies.
Yeah.
Which is rumored to be what he does. He's actually a cannibal, Coney. Shut the fuck out.
I mean, that's, yeah.
And
that happens.
I don't think they drink bubble water in the jungle, though. Just saying.
Yeah, no bubble water. Only government water.
They get their water out of a fucking well.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate, anyway, listen, you guys go on this debate. I think everyone's seen the clip by now, but you just absolutely destroy him. He's talking about women drivers and how they're just worse because he says so. And, you know.
I mean, that's what I said earlier. If he says something, if it's his opinion, but if he says it, it has to be a fact. I mean, how can you take this dude serious? He doesn't even do proper research. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. And he's been part of so much, like, so many shady stuff. He's allegedly a human trafficker. So he had webcam girls, and half of them were his girlfriends, and he puts them in that fucking kind of work. He runs a pyramid scheme. He is a toxic, misogynistic alpha male. Like, how do people have just become more stupid, or what? What's happening here? How can you take this dude as a role model? How can you take this guy serious? Or is it just, again, a phase, and, I don't know, next year people are going to hate him and are going to see him for what he is? But you should see that from the beginning. It's super obvious.
You guys should watch the clip if you haven't seen it, but it was just so glorious.
Yeah, and the boys, like, you know, the boys were kind of riding him pretty hard.
Yeah.
They were all about it.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh man, you're just like fucking up the vibes right now." I mean, he just like basically ran away. I think like after he kind of owned the previous dude before me, who's like he's like a Fortnite guy, I think. And he had like pink hair and stuff, so it was like a typical like SJW owned compilation moment for him. So he's like riding off that high, and then I come in and I'm like, nope. And he was not expecting that. So then immediately the vibes shifted. You know?
It was so
You're
good.
boring.
Like,
You're boring.
You're boring. You're ruining the stream.
He even
Get him out of here.
He even said, "Chill out."
Yo,
Yeah.
bro, you're ruining the stream. And then I don't know who these guys are, but yeah, they were dick riding so fucking hard, dude.
Yeah.
And the minute you logged
I mean,
off,
he's like 17.
Yeah.
Like Clink's like 17. He's like a Fortnite kid. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean?
let me see if we can capture the moment where Andrew runs off like a bitch.
Just chill out. Like,
Oh, there it is. Chill out, man.
Just chill out.
Drink
Why you
some
gotta be
bubble
like that?
water.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't wanna
little,
argue
wait,
about
so what's up? Is it a little bit more difficult when I'm not like the traditional like SJW looking person? Is that why it feels like the stream is a little bit more ruined?
no, it's not difficult. As a professional, I'll tell you the conversation we just had.
Yeah, dude, you've been kicked in the face and stuff. Like I'm sure you can handle little old me.
Exactly. So I'll tell you as a professional the conversation we just had. I said I am biased and I don't believe women can drive. That's my personal experience. I don't care if anyone agrees.
Oh.
You came along and said, don't interrupt me. You came along and said, no, that's not true.
But how can you have this as a personal experience that women can't drive? Like when you drive, you just put out your binoculars and check every driver that like doesn't drive properly, or like, and oh, it's a woman. Okay, now it's one woman. Oh, now it's two women. Like, and then you do some random like you do some statistics. Like, where the fuck do you get this? How? Why? Who am I? It just I don't want to linger over this, but it's so frustrating when you have a dude like that is clearly out of reality and somehow still is successful. I'm not jealous about it. I don't care. I'm very happy with my own life. But still, it's so fucking weird and frustrating. And it tells a lot about other people as well, when you have so many people following him.
Because of the evidence, I came and said, I don't care about the evidence, my personal experience. You said, I also have personal experiences and we're all biased. I agreed. Then you said, even if I had personal experiences that said X, I would ignore them because the internet told me to believe Y. I believe what I am told.
That's not what I said. I
love that. I love that. Women drivers getting in less accidents empirically is internet drama.
The internet.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like, I brought this up before, but I think he knows better. I don't think Andrew Tate is a dumb guy. I think he's a very smart guy. He just knows like that his audience, like the people that he's trying to sell Hustlers University to, are not people who fucking care about empirical evidence. As a matter of fact, they're going to be people who are like, oh, you're based. You're like, your personal anecdotes are more important than like evidence like COVID, because he's like a COVID denier too, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he tried to bring that up as bait, but I didn't like, I didn't want to talk about that. I wanted to just like hyper focus on one element, which is like the importance of science, which I think I did a decent job of, showing why he was being silly with the world is not flat analogy.
And he believes in empirical evidence. Everybody does. They, it's just a bad faith. They're just fucking trolls, man. They don't believe in anything except making money.
And like I said, his audience, he's looking for dumb people, okay? He's looking for dumb people to prey on. He's looking for the weak and the vulnerable and the insecure men. That's why when he does this like hyper masculine shit, it works so well, okay? Because only weak and insecure, rudderless men who have been left behind by society go towards something like that and see someone as trans.
What Hasan is saying is completely true. The thing is, there are a lot of them. There are a lot of these weak, insecure, lost men, and I can understand that. I can understand that societies, we're still a fucking early human species. We're still trying out things. We're still trying out different societies, and we're failing. And of course, we're going to... When you look at it, actually, it does make sense that we are where we are right now. If you look at it, there's clear evidence and there's a clear arrow pointing towards that. I've seen it already. And these men, I mean, I kind of feel bad for them because they're lost, especially young men that might not have the proper role model, and they're stuck on their phone like this, and they see a bald dude that just keeps up popping up and promises them to have a successful and rich life. Of course, if you're weak and you're not self-confident about yourself, and your environment fucking sucks, and there's no one else there, of course you're going to follow this dude on your phone. It makes sense. It really does. But that's why you have to be very careful, and you have to build a mind that can critical think and think for yourself, and don't follow people so easily as well. I've always kind of followed my own ethical compass, my own, I've not always believed in myself, but I've always tried to follow and try to shape myself and change, and not just follow a random fucking dude on the internet that doesn't know what he's talking about, that is selling a stupid, superficial life that is not fulfilling at all. At all. There's nothing there. I'm sure that Andrew Tate, every day that he goes to sleep, he's crying in his sleep. I think that. I don't think he, deep inside, because he's gone too far, where he's a corrupt, disgusting human being. I don't think, or it's going to catch up at some point. I don't think he's truly happy with himself. I don't think he's happy with the choices he has made. I don't think so. And it's just crazy. Yeah.
Transparently overcompensating for their insecurities, like Andrew Tate, as a beacon of masculinity. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have to say it, you don't have it. Anyone who says they're an alpha male is not one, okay? Anyone who says they're high-value male is not one.
Come on, bro. It's so insecure. He's just oozing insecurity. And I guess, if you're a young man, maybe you don't see that and you think it's cool. I mean, he's like the high school version, middle school version of what a cool person is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but those kids have credit cards. You know what I mean?
Mommy's credit card. Grandma ain't gonna fucking notice $50 a month.
Those kids have credit cards. They are gonna get caught up in crypto schemes easily, which he does as well. So, makes sense. He's tailoring his messaging towards the audience that he wants to cultivate, and he's doing a great job at that.
He says in this conversation he has over 100,000.
He does have 100,000 people in the Discord server.
Oh, in the Discord?
Yeah.
And that's only accessible if you're a member?
Yeah, and you got to pay $50 a month for it.
Let's fucking go, Brandon.
Yeah.
Love that.
Your girl.
I do think he's going to end up in jail, though, one way or the other, I think.
No.
I guess as long as he stays
think about like when you're doing international cons. When you're doing international cons, it's like very difficult to capture you. Interpol is like really bad at that shit.
If he ever, it's more likely he gets whacked by the Romanian mob for crossing them.
You're absolutely correct.
True.
I think like
that's the other flip side of massive corruption.
Yeah. I think his narcissism will be his downfall. His constant need to be in front of the camera and be like the main guy.
Again, not talking. Sorry, guys. I was on mute. I think he's going to become irrelevant in the next 2 years. And he's just going to wither away. People are going to forget his name. They're going to forget he existed. Because he's starving for validation that much, for attention. I think he's just going to kind of, become invisible. I do hope that he ends up in jail or karma hits him. But to me, the biggest concern is the influence he has on young, weak men. That's the problem that I have, because I hate that. I hate that because that actually is the biggest concern to me. We already have enough incels. We have enough neckbeards. We have enough lost men. And these guys just adding on top of that. And we don't need that. We already are fucked up enough in this world. It's and somehow young men don't choose the right role models for some reason.
To put a face to all the operations that are happening behind the scenes.
Right.
Openly talking about his ownership on multiple casinos in Romania that are literally working, that are not even successful financially, and keeping them open, keeping them running exclusively to like fuck over other casinos in the neighborhood. Like you can't do that unless you got some big financiers, some big backers, and casinos are a great way to launder money. Obviously, there's a lot of cash that is being traded in that on the floor there. So, that's basic Romanian mob shit, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't believe the Hustlers University is as successful as he presents it either. There's a lot of botting going on.
I think right now there's all the hype. I think he's going to go the way of Tai Lopez in a year. Everyone's going to forget about him. His shtick's going to get old. No, people aren't going to be signing up anymore. I mean, look at Tai Lopez. He's fucking...
Who wants me to take their money?
He's shilling Radio Shack tokens. I mean, the man is fucking gone, dude.
Let's not talk about making money.
Who wants to lose some money?
Tai Lopez started this as well. He did. He blasted pre-roll ads.
Yep.
He also showcased like an extravagant lifestyle that he like didn't really own at the time, but he basically leaned into it with the Lamborghini, reading a book a day, and he was in front of everyone, and he became a meme. And then other people like started platforming him because like he legitimately was like bringing eyeballs to the table. You start off AstroTurf, and it turns into organic grassroots mobilization.
Here in my garage.
And then you fail for a while. You just like try to farm as many like fools that would be caught up in an MLM scheme.
Because it's not a real educational program, and people just get disillusioned.
Yeah, you don't have a consistent business strategy if your goal ultimately is to find the next sucker every time with you don't have any product.
Yeah. Let's see where this goes.
That regardless of my own personal biases that I might have, evidence is still more important than my personal biases.
By the way, I love how you keep talking over him. It's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, he got real mad about that one.
So good.
When you guys are all talking at once,
dude, Hasan doesn't give a shit. I love it.
It's boring.
Is that what happens? You just say I'm boring. And I lost, and then you win. Is that what it is?
Do a poll in the chat. And if you won,
let's poll these 17-year-olds who won the debate.
That was great. That was
yeah, so good.
Let's
poll the debate. And by the way, I wonder, has he said anything since this?
No.
So he's been radio silent on you.
No, he.
You're going to be his Sam Cedar. You're going to haunt him.
Well, to give him credit, he did say he wanted to come back and talk to me again.
I'll believe it when it happens.
And I think that would be wonderful to do. I would love to do that.
He's too much of a coward. He's beta. He's an inferior male. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
The muscles don't mean shit when you're a coward, dude, and that's just what you are unless you come back to the table.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it again. There's just a wrong representation of what masculinity is to me. Masculinity to me is... I'm going to say it again. It's being in touch with your feminine side, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, being in touch with your emotions and try to control them. Be calm. Of course, it's okay. It's possible to sometimes have an emotional outburst. It can be, but try to be calm. It's be responsible. It's have integrity. It's actually caring about people. It's having empathy and compassion. And that's not only for men, that's also for women. And it's trying to be a good role model for yourself and, if possible, others. And I feel like Andrew Tate has nothing of these things, nothing of these traits. So he's not an alpha male. He's not masculinity, because people have a wrong notion of what masculinity actually is, and it's not that. people always think that, oh, if you're compassion, if you care about others, if you want to help others, oh, that's not masculinity. It is masculinity, and it's also humanity. It absolutely fucking is. People need to stop chasing such superficial stuff like money. I understand that money buys freedom, and you need a little bit of money to purchase that freedom, but there has been so much proof time and time again that money, I think I have to check on my statistics again, but I know that at a certain point your happiness is going to stagnate, and that amount of money is not even that high. So why are people still chasing the wrong things? Why are people so fucking stupid? I'm sorry to say it, but I'm fucking tired of it. I'm so tired of seeing this shit everywhere. We are better. We can be better than this. We absolutely can. We have a brain. We have consciousness. We are now at the top of the food chain. Not because we are strong physically, but because we're smart. And because we can be compassionate. And because we can help each other. Why are we still following idiots like this? Like Andrew Tate?
So we'll see, but there's some other hungry clout sharks that saw the blood in the water and we're trying to get in on it. You know what I mean? Like the fresh and fit boys.
Yeah, of course.
I still don't know who's fresh and who's fit out of the two. Neither of them are fucking fresh.
Yeah, I figured it.
Dude, I was talking about fresh and fit yesterday. How are you guys? I mean, they're the obvious they're the other example, but the thing with fresh and fit is they're much more simple. They're much more simple to understand than Andrew Tate. And they're actually very stupid. Andrew Tate, what you can say is he's smart. The marketing and the business model that he has built works. Fresh and Fit now, they're kind of like yesterday news. Everyone understood that they know nothing about women. They're insecure. And their podcast is going to die at some point. Because all they really do is just bring women on podcasts and shit on them. And that's all they do. And they tell lies. They have no integrity. So at some point they're just going to like be nothing. So it's kind of funny that they're talking about that. Yeah.
It out. So Fit is
the bald one.
Yeah, because he's and then
it's like no one knows who Fresh and Fit is. I don't know.
Because
but he's not fresh.
The only thing I do know for a fact that they took this name Fresh and Fit from some kind of, these applications or these businesses that sell fresh food from a distance. You just have to type it on your app. I want some fresh salad, and they bring it over. That's where they got their name from. Fresh and Fit. It's such a fucking stupid name. Oh, I love it. I'm so grateful that they chose this name. I really am. Really am.
Well, he's not at all. If anything, he's like fresh. It's like fit and what's the nice word for it?
Coconuts and Barbados.
But
he's just skinny.
What's the PC word for the
for the R slur?
Yeah, he
Divergent.
Neurodivergent.
He might be. He might be a little divergent.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
It should
I haven't
be
watched.
We've watched enough of him that we've picked up that Fresh is not. He's not all there.
I mean, they're both neurodivergent. Let's be honest. It should be called neurodivergent.
I mean, there are plenty of wonderful neurodivergent people in my audience. None of them are fucking rampant misogynists. You know what I mean? So to clarify, he's not making excuses for it. It's just like they're just whack. I don't know. It's the same strategy. There's a lot of whack dudes out there. There's a lot of whack dudes out there that are just like looking for anyone to confirm their biases. Like their preconceived notions of like masculinity, sexuality, women, how they operate, and it's a target-rich environment. These guys will just like traffic the same fucking thoughts over and over again, launder the same like brain-broken mentality over and over again, and you can make a living off of it.
Oh, it's easy. It's so easy.
But I think it's just I do have hope that people grow out of it eventually. I grew out of it. You can too.
Yeah, they'll grow up and they get old as shit. The thing is, they're doing like Andrew Tate, The poor man. It's like dollar store Andrew Tate, so they're not really going to go anywhere. But here they are challenging us.
Fucking announcement I'm going to make.
Dude, that is such a perfect word to describe Fresh and Fit. They're like the stupid neurodivergent dollar store Andrew Tate. They absolutely are. That's such a good way to describe it. I have to remember that.
Make right now.
Record scratch, bro.
Hasan, Ethan, H3, all you ass clowns over there. Me and Andrew Tate. I've spoken with the Big G. We are challenging you ass clowns to a debate in fucking person. Okay? Because Tate was telling me that y'all like to mute the mics.
He's still crying about that.
I don't know,
bro.
what the fuck. You weren't even the moderator.
Fucking boomer, dude. That's not. I don't have any control over that, brother. I was on a call that was directed by someone else, someone who was dick riding him too. So I don't know why they think I have any power over them.
So stupid, bro.
That's funny.
I'm like, dude,
no meeting the mic.
But that's not a serious challenge to debate when they're like, you have to come down to Florida, this dude with kids who does a podcast 4 days a week, to my dumbass fucking show that nobody watches or cares about.
I don't know why these people always want me to fucking be in their presence, like Tim Pool and shit too. It's
Tim
like,
Pool does that, yeah.
You gotta come over here, Hasan. If you want to debate, you have to come over. He's like, motherfucker, you got Zoom? I've seen you on Zoom before. Let's do a Zoom call. I'm not trying to be around you. Yeah. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't want to be in your presence.
It's not a sincere challenge. That's why.
Yeah.
And they want to be able to say that he wouldn't debate.
And then they're always like, "Oh, we'll pay for your flight." It's like, bro, that's not
money.
You know. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I really didn't have enough money to fly out to Miami.
Yeah. I will pay for your economy plus ticket and put you in the Best Western. I will cover your costs.
First of all, why would I bless you? All of it. Why would I bless you like that? Are you my homie? Do I know you? Do I like what you have to say?
I don't even fly to Florida to meet my fucking homies and collab. I don't leave my house.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would I give you that blessing? Like, you're going to have a fucking banger podcast, 100K views, you know what I mean? Like, 100K concurs, and we're like fucking debating. Why would I do that on your stream?
No.
Come on mine then.
Just Zoom. You can stream. We could both stream. They're fucking cowards, dude.
Yeah. It's just,
all of it. If you guys aren't cowards, like I've already proven through the DMs and everything else, you'll debate us.
I have no idea what these DMs are.
Yeah, he's talking about me. He's this man. We've been talking in the DMs and we've been saying nonstop for what it feels like a year. Zoom in any fucking time you want and we'll debate anytime. And he keeps dodging us. He's ghosting us. He's dodging us. And then he goes on his show and he talks about how we're dodging him in the DMs. I mean, that's just not true.
Yeah, I messaged him on Sunday, and I still haven't received a response yet.
Yeah, cowards.